Chest up, shoulders back. This is Revival Fitness, your home for gains and brains. My beard's getting kind of long, it looks like. I might shave it, maybe I'll keep it a little bit longer. Wouldn't be the first time I've grown my beard long, but this is the first time we're going to react to the Tren twins. I have seen them in memes for a while now, but I've never actually watched a full video of theirs. I believe their names are Manic Mike and Christren. I don't know if there's any deciphering characteristics, like the Usos in WWE. Is there like a haircut or a tattoo? I guess we'll find out. But we've got their video, How to Bulk, 5,000 Calorie Diet. If I'm not mistaken, these guys just did their first show. They're pretty big dudes. I think they're like 5'3", so I don't know what to really expect, but we're gonna see how they're eating now. And before we start, if you would like to learn much more about nutrition, far more beyond just, oh, calories and macros, bro, be sure to check out the Body Composition Bible, linked down below. I go over numerous variables regarding nutrition, bulking and cutting strategies, problem foods, controlling appetite, so much more. All kinds of references and scientific articles are linked. Be sure to check that out, and finally get the body that you want.
You know, off-season, people worry about, oh, my face is getting fat or I lose my abs, but who cares? It's the fucking off-season. Just go train hard, lift heavy weights. I would eat steak and rice, but then maybe an hour later I might have McDonald's. 2 hours later I might have chicken and vegetables, but then after that I might go have a packet of chips, a bowl of ice cream.
Oh man, okay, so it looks like they started off, that was Lee Priest, and the advice he gave there was kind of conventional, old-school bulking wisdom. Eat some fast food if you need to, have some candy, all that other stuff. We'll see how these guys eat. Depending on the person, that can work. Now also, too, someone like Lee Priest, I mean, you could just see the guy, he's on an entire pharmacy's worth of stuff. I'm pretty sure these dudes are on a fair amount of gear themselves. So you could probably surmise that the more gear somebody takes, the more leeway they have in terms of eating dirty, if you want to call it that. Now that said, I think it's also very genetic too, even regardless of the PEDs. Like Mike Israetel, he comes to mind. They can be on a lot of gear, but they still struggle very much to drop the body fat, and they may gain it pretty quickly too. Even if they think that they have their food intake relatively calculated, a lot of that is related to hormones. I know that makes people really upset in the mainstream fitness space. Oh, there's nothing to do with it, bro. Yeah, it does, okay? But there's a lot of other variables that are context dependent. So some people, like me for instance, you guys have seen my recent full day of eating 6,000 calories, and my weight is just ever so slowly crawling up. And recently I've been traveling a little bit too, not being able to get all the food in. My weight just goes back down. My weight is so stubborn, it's preposterous. Somebody recommended I should probably get my thyroid checked. I might have to do that. Other people are going to see their weight go up more and just gain fat faster in general. So depending on the camp you're in, you may not want to take that advice. For the general skinny guy though, having some sweets and some fast food and stuff, you may have to do that if you have a goal weight. Now that said, I don't recommend chasing a weight by itself. I have a whole video on that too, but we'll go into that more in this video. Alright, I hope this doesn't get me copyright struck, man. This sounds like they've been using copywritten songs already. And I don't know what exactly you call this content. I mean, okay, we got fast cars, they lift heavy weights, they fight each other. Do you call this brain rot?
Today is a full day of eating, a realistic full day of eating. And that means crumble cookies, sushi, processed foods.
They copy in the bro science life gunshot sounds. Okay, I noticed he said crumble cookies. The crumble cookie thing, man. I don't know when this happened. What was it, 6 months ago? Maybe 8 months ago. Every girl on Instagram is just talking about crumble cookies. Oh my god, crumble. Crumble. I need crumble. It's crumble cheat day. That's how this shit goes, man, right? Like, girls all like something, then they drag their boyfriends along to it, then the guys will be like, yeah, the crumble cookie's pretty good. I guess I have to try them at some point. I mean, it'll probably go out of style in the next few months now that I said this. It's probably getting toward the end of its peak popularity, maybe.
Seed oils.
No seed oils, guys, come on. Besides the ones you inject.
The 5 main things if you want to get jacked. Seed oils, below that sugar, then maybe some anavar. Listen to the government, they tell you that mini wheats is better than a whole egg.
They are right about that. They may be referring to the Tufts Food Institute rankings, if you want to call it that. They ranked a bunch of cereals as healthier than eggs and other general foods like milk and beef and stuff. complete garbage. I talk about that in my video called 6 Bulking Mistakes. But, dude, mainstream, especially if you're going to talk, like, bureaucratic health and nutrition advice, even a lot of academic, well, most academic advice, too, that's where all this crap comes from. It's complete garbage, man. It's so wrong. Get the Body Composition Bible, I'll tell you all about it.
That's what they tell you, the pyramids, that pyramid thing you learn in school. Pure fucking sugar is the ultimate nutrients. I'll tell you what it is, it's pure shit. Let's be honest here, Chris. We haven't tracked a damn calorie since the day before the fucking show.
Yeah, I mean, you'd prep for a show, those days after it tends to be pretty rough. A lot of junk food, a lot of just stuffing food down, maybe uncontrollable for some people. This is why a lot of bodybuilders, women especially, I think, deal with this in a really bad way. It's eating disorders. Dude, I can't tell you how many girls that I have met, and you can see this online constantly, they're always talking about it. They had an eating disorder when they were younger. Oftentimes it's going to be anorexia, maybe bulimia. Then they find bodybuilding, which you can argue is its own form of an eating disorder, especially prepping for a show. It's obsessive with food, you have to be good at this activity. So they basically go from one form of an ED to another, but they find power in the second one. That's a whole other topic, man, but it's really interesting stuff, like, psychologically.
I do cardio every day because I want to actually keep my blood pressure down.
But today marks the start of something new.
We're firing on all cylinders. We're firing on all... Yeah, let me get to that.
He's just gonna edit out the video because he's...
No, because you don't want them to see how stupid you sound?
No,
he makes the plot of the video.
No, okay.
And he
just makes himself look good.
If it wasn't for me, the videos would be absolutely...
How old are these dudes? Also, are these guys Italians? I'm Italian too, my radar's kind of going off. It's giving Guido.
We're locking it because we've been fat asses for too long. And
No.
You
I don't give a fuck about being a fat ass. Breakfast, I'm just focused on nutrients. I'm eating different fruits, beef and shit. I don't want fucking egg whites. I want as many nutrients.
There you go, man. I tell you guys a lot. Okay, like, if you are cutting significantly and you need the egg whites, okay, I get it. Bro, there's this thing online where all these people that watch this content, like you watching right now, I'm talking to you, and you're just a general gym bro, but in your head you watch people like this that are actual bodybuilders that go to these extreme lengths, and you think you're them mentally. It's like, no, you're just a guy trying to cut down to 15-13% body fat. You don't need to be sitting there juggling the eggs and taking out the yolks. The yolks are the most nutritious part, especially if you get pasture-raised and organic. You don't have to, but pasture-raised alone, you can tell by how much richer in color it is. All kind of nutrients in that stuff, man. So people in fitness love to take these things like eggs and beef and even dairy and all of the good fat in there and, oh, but I gotta get rid of that because I want to be able to stuff more carbs down my mouth. I mean, if you want to do that, I understand, but a lot of nutrients you guys are missing out on.
Ghee butter is a choice of lubricant.
If you don't know, ghee is clarified butter.
a big piece of fucking meat.
That's what she said.
This is camera woman. She's gotta stop.
That's not what she said.
We're talking eggs, we're talking beef,
Eggs and beef looks good to me.
talking blueberries, apples.
Alright, let's pause here. Do you see the eggs they have? They did go organic, but it says free range. I can't speak for other countries, but in the US, all of these definitions you see on the labels of eggs and chickens in general, you'll see like free range, cage free. Those don't really mean a whole lot. So free range means they get, legally speaking, they have to get an extremely limited amount of time outside, but it's so low that it's not really going to amount to much. In the US, on these big farms, chickens are raised inside these coops. They're basically in a jail designed for chickens. And that can affect the nutrients, their vitamin D levels especially. They never get to go outside much. So organic means that the food they're given is not sprayed with pesticides, chemicals, or these other things, at least the ones that are deemed appropriate. Once again, it's a whole bureaucratic thing. But free range, if you're going to pay the extra price above just standard eggs, I'd probably say get pasture raised, because that means they're actually outside for a lot, if not the entire day. The eggs in the United States and a lot of farms are so dirty, they have to basically sterilize them with chemicals, and then you want to put them in the fridge to compensate for that. If you buy pasture raised, especially organic eggs, I've been doing this myself for a while now, you can leave them sitting out. I leave the eggs I buy in my stove. I don't really use my stove much at all, and they're fine for weeks.
All about being 80-20. So like I'm playing 80% of the time. 20% of the time, I'm eating fucking crumble cookies.
Yeah.
I'd say 90-10 is better. I mean, 100-0 is ideal, but it's real life. That's not really going to happen for any person ever. 80-20 if you can get away with it, especially in a bulking context. If you can stay relatively trim midsection, go for it. Some people can't do that. All right, what do we got here? This is a nice looking little dish. Looks like we got some, I think that's steak. We got some eggs. Can't tell exactly what kind of toast. Maybe that's sourdough and looks like guacamole. Throwing some salt on it.
Mikey has like double the amount of meat as me. And another egg than me. So I don't know.
Yeah, because you're just pussy.
You got that avocado with the sourdough bread.
Oh, they're having avocado toast, the Instagram fit girl favorite.
The eggs, the full amino complex, and no utensils. Look at that egg, yo.
So they're having these eggs, as I call them growing up, dippy eggs. I think also sunny side up. I've been doing scrambled a lot lately. I might go to hard boiling eggs. I bought a little device that can hard boil them. It might just save me time. Scrambled's hard to beat though. But comment your favorite type of egg.
The utensils, they taint the experience.
Oh my god.
Why else would I be eating on a literal piece of wood?
I mean, you got a fork right there, bro. You could just use it.
Steak and eggs is the heartiest meal for a hardworking man.
It's hard to argue against that.
You scoop it up with the big ass steak.
Oh god, that's disgusting.
You guys remember in my first day of eating video all those years ago, I did the egg and peanut butter tacos. I had bread, put peanut butter on it, put the eggs in it, then ate it that way. He just did that with a steak. It's kind of inspiring.
I like to mix all the flavors together. I'm not afraid, you know? Just like when I'm eating.
He's gonna say, isn't he?
Alright.
Okay, he didn't.
It's a hybrid athlete with.
Oh, dude, cardio, we're bulking. What the hell are you doing this for?
I think cardio, even on the bulk, you should definitely be doing cardio. Keep the food moving.
Yeah, I mean, there's a fair point to be made with that. It's gonna be utilized the more you move around. I mean, even in general, man, just if you want to keep the blood sugar spike as low as possible, especially eating carbs and that type of thing, just even walking around as you eat or after you eat is better than just sitting.
Next meal.
Looks like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I think Sam Sulik, he still eats that? I don't know. I haven't checked in on Sam in a while. Might have to do that soon, too.
Why is the milk going in first?
Yeah, milk before the cereal. Nah, man. You gotta do cereal first. Come on.
You dumb fucking bastard.
Cereal and probably cream of rice. That doesn't sound very appealing to me.
A scoop of protein in it. Digest quick. Pre-workout meal.
Did that say unsweetened milk? Hold on. Don't tell me you guys were just talking about steak and eggs and now you're gonna have... It looks like plant milk to me, man. I'm seeing... You see this right here? It looks like almonds. Bro, you got the soy almond juice dripping on the table. This looks like a nice place. Come on.
I know a lot of people are gonna be saying, oh, you're gonna die so young. You're gonna die early eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch while taking a shitload of gear. Well, what I have to say to those people is, we're both gonna die, motherfucker. At least I died enjoying eating what the fuck I wanted.
Hey, man, I mean, people, especially in the fitness space, they get all over the fat people for that too, but listen, if that's what you value, like, you value enjoying every time you eat more than, oh, I'm gonna live an extra 20, 30 years, that's fine with me, man. I just want people to be honest about it, that's it. Get good information. But when it comes to the gear even too, right, you see these comments all the time from all these delusional naturals, oh, at least I'm gonna live past 40. Yeah, dude, most gear users live way past 40. Again, they pick all these little isolated examples like that's the norm. Even with gear, man, I mean, if you're willing to take the trade-off, it just is what it is. And even then, you could stay totally natural and still die young. I mean, there's no guarantees.
The thing about us bulking is I still gotta diet. I don't even get full.
That's a key point, especially for me. I can relate to this terribly. Bulking, done effectively, is still a diet. People think that's only when it comes to cutting or maintaining or something. No, man, that's why so many people fail their bulks. They just eat whatever they want. That is exactly how you gain too much fat, and especially if your training's not dialed in, you're going to just balloon up, and then you're going to cut it all off, and you're going to have gained no muscle, and you go into the cycle that I talk about all the time. The desperation dirty bulk, when you're like, I'm too small, then you get fat really quickly, and then you cut it all off hastily. I got no muscle mass, I'm small again. You just repeat that over and over. That is how most people in the gym do bulking and cutting. Then they say it doesn't work.
I'm in a midlife crisis at the age of 23.
I am a few years older than you. I am in probably my, I don't want to say quarter life crisis. Maybe my third life crisis, but yeah, I get you, dude.
I can't figure out what the fuck else I want to do with my life besides getting absolutely jacked. I would rather Drink this cinnamon crunch protein milk than Angela White's bathwater.
I don't know if there's a joke here I'm missing. Who is Angela White?
I don't even know who Angela White is.
Did he just say, I don't even know Angela White what is? Alright, looks like a pretty nice gym. I don't know where this is. Sounds like Disturbed, which is a great band, by the way. Check out my metal playlist if you haven't. It's in my community tab. Got like 400 plus songs. Still adding some as we go along. But I'm gonna get copyright struck for this, man. How did these guys manage to do this? Do they actually like buy and license these songs? 80-pound curls, that is impressive. I mean, there's a little bit of body sway, but even so, that's a lot. Bro, you guys got like a big smudge right on the camera lens. Looks like he's got a skin tag or like a mark or a mole on his shoulder right here, but y'all gotta clean your cameras, man. Come on. So is this just arm day? We're just doing curls over and over? Alright. I forget which one this is, but looks like we have a case of the no personality forearm tattoo. So did they drive to this gym to do cardio, then drove home, then drove back to do this workout? Well, if nothing else, these guys train like complete bros. Which I guess is very fitting. Okay, looks like we got some sushi here. I've tried a few types of sushi I've never been a big fan of, and I know people love it, but it's just never done it for me.
We eating sushi in the car and shit.
Alright, this is very reminiscent of the Hodge twins back in the day.
Bro, I'm not kidding. Mike, bro. This is the best piece of sushi I ever had. I'm gonna have to go shake the fucking chef's hand, man. Fuck.
I'm gonna go suck his cock.
Oh, we got the Mike Israetel joke.
They actually gave us a fortune cookie, bro. What is this? Give your love with the big hug. Nah, I think I'll give my love with the 12-gauge shotgun.
Dude, this guy in the white is completely out of his mind. I think he must be baked. Like, the one with the backwards hat right now, like, he seems like he's kind of in more control. The dude in the white, this guy is off his fucking rocker. This guy, I think, mentally is completely fried.
He told me that chef's special sauce, he put a lot of love into that.
Also, it sounds like the car is running it, but I don't know if they're at home or where they are, but you must be parked somewhere. Why is your car running, man? There's no point. Man, they got a ton of these.
Alright, so that was meal. Post-workout meal. Quick and easy.
This is an everyday thing.
Bro, we eat sushi every fucking day.
I'm sure these guys have a lot of money based on their following. Yeah, you could eat out every single day in that case. A lot of you guys, you're gonna have to pack your food.
I'm sorry. At this point right now, like, I don't think I could eat fucking 6 clean meals.
I'm trying myself, dude. It's absolutely miserable. I might have to stop.
I don't even know how many calories that was, but based on how I feel, it's probably like 1,000.
Well, that's interesting, trying to gauge the amount of food based on how you feel. I don't know how accurate that is.
As long as I'm getting bigger and stronger and not severely fat. That's all I care about.
No, that's a good point, man. People ask all the time. They're like, well, how do I know I'm making progress bulking? You gotta measure it by the gym. By your strength. Oh, I don't train for strength, bro. You don't? No, I don't. I train for hypertrophy, not strength. Well, how do you get more hypertrophy? You have to progressively overload, which is, getting stronger. Just because you don't train for 1 rep maximum strength does not mean you don't train for strength. I don't know where this brain rot came from, dude, but people think as soon as you say strength, you mean powerlifting 1 rep maxes all the time. Those are not the same thing. You have to progressively overload consistently long term. Once again, why so many people fail their bulks, they just go in and just do a bunch of volume and just pump and pump and pump. They never actually get really stronger on anything over the long term. And you can get a good pump that way, and you can get nice and swole and full of glycogen, hold a lot of water, you look big, then you cut down. Where did it all go? It wasn't there to begin with. Alright, now we got Linkin Park. Dude, how much money am I going to lose on this video?
What are you Ubering?
3-meat platter for $24.
In other ordering from Uber Eats, man. I mean, dude, these guys probably spend $100+ a day. They were talking about they got insomnia cookies the night before and crumble all this other stuff. Yeah, these guys probably drop mad money on food. I mean, bulking in general, especially now with the inflation and everything, eating's not cheap. But eating out, especially, really, really, really not cheap.
Clean fucking eat.
Oh, I thought that was an RC Cola. Oh, there we go. Diet Coke. The official soda of bodybuilders who are in denial sugar addicts. These guys seem to accept their sugar addiction, which is good. But I love the people that pretend like that's not the case. By the way, be sure to grab your Diet Cope t-shirts and tank tops and hoodies down below, because I love making these people mad about it. It's just so fun.
A little bit of beef, looks pretty fatty. Got some chicken, some brown rice, broccoli, and then that DC. And then also avocado, because I need that folic acid. Get rid of some of that inflammation that's built up from just lifting heavy.
Well, I mean, the inflammation from lifting is going to happen. That's just a natural thing. All the sugar is going to be way more inflammatory.
What sucks about recording these videos, I don't get to watch YouTube.
I don't either, bro.
Shit needs salt, though.
They better put my channel on. Also, too, I need to meet these dudes. I need to interrogate them about some things. Can somebody arrange that?
We're about to watch this movie, so...
Okay, they must have just moved in here because there's, like, no furniture.
I've been obsessed with Alien vs. Predator, bro.
No, this is what a lot of people do, man. They put on, like, movies and TV shows and stuff in the background just to have that soothing background noise so you don't have to listen to your own thoughts that much. But they don't even pay any attention to it. That's probably what a lot of you guys do with my videos now that I think about it.
Sleepy chocolate? Or...
Now we got a chocolate bar. Man.
He's got some, like, sleep supplements right before bed. Sweet treat. Bro, it's mine, bro!
Come on, bro.
No, you ate on mine earlier.
It's a nice looking refrigerator. Yeah, that definitely looks like almond milk. I'm disappointed in you boys. Talking all that stuff, but you're drinking almond milk. Maybe they're lactose intolerant, but you can get Fairlife or Lactate. Come on now. Plant juice.
Let's go get food. Still hungry.
Ah, there we go. Now we got the cookies. So there's 2 of them, but 1 girl. I'm not gonna say it.
Insomnia deluxe cookie, then the mind fitness pouch.
Well, those just aren't
Oh.
really good ones. Excuse me.
What's the calories looking like? I got no fucking clue.
Alright, so they did not really dive into the totals of anything, calorie or macro-wise. I'd say that was a mixed bag. Now, one thing to note, right? Before they went to bed, they had the crumble cookies, guaranteed to be metric ass loads of sugar. Now, how big of a difference is that going to make ultimately? Context dependent once again. I mean, these guys, they're young, they're on a bunch of gear, their body has a lot of ways to utilize all of the stuff that they're eating. Compare that to a lot of you guys who are novices, and you're on the skinny side, skinny fat side. Even if you're fatter, you just don't have nearly as much muscle mass as these guys do. I have gotten a little bit too puffy on bulks in the past, but I was eating tons of sugar. I am keeping that more buttoned up this time because it just makes the cut harder after the fact. That said, it can be hard to get all the food in, so it comes into the question of, okay, do you want to get in X amount of food every single day, or do you want to keep it more clean and maybe get less food? I kind of go back and forth with that. I would go more toward the latter option, especially the more experienced that I get, and especially most people's circumstances. And these guys took a lot of liberty here, but they can get away with that. A lot of you guys can't. So keep that in mind and be sure to watch my other videos about bulking. I go over a lot of strategies. And as mentioned, the Body Composition Bible. I lay out all of these details in more depth there, so you can gain more muscle and less fat and do so as quickly as possible. But this has been it for me, guys. Thank you for watching. Be sure to share this with a friend that needs to see it. Check out my other videos about training and nutrition on my channel, and use my links down below to save some money on great products and services. And I will catch you guys next time.